Hey everyone, Brendan from Goalorious, where we focus on goals, gains, and giveaways. So today I'm talking about how to become a Bitcoin investor. So this is a super basic guide that I wanted to create because I have a lot of people who are just super new to the crypto industry that have been asking a lot of basic questions. So I kind of wanted to cover at a very high level how to become a Bitcoin investor. And obviously this could fall into any other crypto because I'm talking really generally about things. But obviously, if you're new to crypto, the first cryptocurrency you've probably heard of, or maybe the only cryptocurrency you ever heard of, is Bitcoin. So I'm going to kind of walk through how to become a Bitcoin investor, the high level steps, and kind of like the thinking behind it, the steps you need to take, and kind of decisions you need to make on your own. I'm not going to go into the specifics of any one of these, like tactical things or, how to set up a wallet or the exact exchange to go into. I'm just kind of like high overview to kind of like things you need to do before jumping into cryptocurrency investing. So the first thing you need to do is do research about crypto/Bitcoin exchange in Google. I'm forgetting the P in crypto, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying. So the idea is that if you are committed to investing, the thing you need to do is you need to do research. Everyone says DYOR, that's do your own research. Figure out if this is something that you want to do. Do you want to invest? Do you have the money in the invest? They say with crypto, it's very risky compared to other things like stock or real estate. And it is, right? Like you don't know about these projects. You don't know what's going to happen in your future. You don't know what's the utility. You don't know what's going to happen with laws and SEC and things like that. Some of these projects could totally, like the founders could go away. The project could stop. They could run out of funds. A bunch of different things that's potentially happening in the cryptocurrency space that could cause this to be extra risky. So the idea is that do your research and figure out this is something you want to do. They say that if you're investing into crypto, be prepared to lose all your money because that is something that's a total possibility. Don't think, obviously you think about, I can invest in crypto and become a millionaire. Sure, that is one of the many possibilities, but you have to think about the other bad possibilities, which could mean you losing all your money. So do research about a crypto, and then once you figure out which crypto you want to invest in, whether that's Bitcoin or something like that, figure out what you're going to do, how much you're going to invest, etc. Do it because you want to, not because of the fact that someone told you, someone says, your uncle or your friend said, invest in Bitcoin. You invest in Bitcoin, do your own research, figure out that's something you want to do. And once you figure out that, figure out where you're going to exchange it. Again, I'm not going through specifics, but, figure out what makes the most sense. Maybe it's something like Coinbase or Binance or something along those lines. I'm not going to go into specifics, but do research about where you want to figure out what you want to buy, because it's easier to figure out, okay, this is what I want to buy, and then the next step, where am I going to buy it? And then do research on that exchange because you have to make sure that it's a legit exchange, etc. Once you've figured out what exchange you want to work with, and again, I'm not going to give recommendations. Maybe in a different video, I'll talk about the pros and cons of different exchanges. But typically what happens is you figure out like, okay, which coin do I want to invest in? Where can I buy that? So the example would be if you want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, maybe you want to do something like Coinbase if it's available in your country. Or maybe like Dogecoin, like that's not available on Coinbase today, but maybe you could buy it somewhere else, like Robinhood. So again, different places to actually buy, and that's always changing. Maybe when I release this video, maybe you can buy those things on Coin. Maybe you can buy Doge on Coinbase. Who knows? But the idea is that just check to figure out what you want to buy and then figure out where you can buy it and make sure it's a verified exchange. So how do you know it's a verified exchange? Well, are they a legitimate company? Have people been trading there for a lot of years? Search for them on Google, try to get information on them, kind of figure out like what's going on with them. If you search for something on Google and they don't pop up, or they have like a weird domain name, or no one's ever heard of them before, like there's no videos on tutorials on how to do anything like that, that could be a red flag that that's probably not a verified exchange. So once you do that, you have to buy a Bitcoin wallet. So something like Coinbase, that's like an exchange. you have your own account. They help you set up your wallet there and your wallet address, which I'm not going to go into. But the idea is that once you're there, you have to have a place to store your Bitcoin. And then there's obviously different things, different levels to that, which you want to keep on a cold or hot wallet. So what that essentially means is, do you want to keep it digital, or do you want to keep it like on a hard drive or a thumb drive or a ledger or something like that? So the idea is just kind of overall think about, okay, if I'm invested, is this what I want to do? Where am I going to buy it? How am I going to store it? Make those decisions before thinking, okay, I want to buy X amount, because that's the first thing you need to do is figure out where you're going to store it, what you can work with. So they're similar to, like, if you think about fiat currency, it's like, okay, I'm going to bank. You don't just show up randomly somewhere. You do the research on the bank that you want to put it at. So the idea is same thing here, is figure out the exchange that you want to buy whatever coin you want to, in this case, Bitcoin. Figure out where you can buy Bitcoin in your country. Figure out the best way to store it based off your own research. So then what you do is then you place an order and fill as many Bitcoins you want and buy at which price. So this is more of a tougher question, when to buy Bitcoin. So what is Bitcoin at right now? I don't know, 49,000 something. Who knows what it's going to be? The idea is that, and that's kind of like the dilemma, similar with stocks, is when is the best time to buy? You never really want to buy. Again, this is not financial advice, but you typically don't want to buy when something is at an all-time high, because that's the highest it's ever been. People are going to be excited. People are going to sell. And who knows if it's going to grow higher. Same thing if something becomes all the way low. Is it going to keep going lower? Is it become cheaper? I mean, it's going to happen if you're investing in stocks or crypto. You're never going to be able to time it perfectly where you're buying at the absolute lowest it could possibly be and selling at the highest. That's why I always say, be prepared, make your own decisions for yourself, how much you feel okay with that you want to invest in. Everyone has a different financial situation, so figure out what's the best financial situation and when's the best time to make a move for you. Again, in the back of your mind thinking, okay, if I invest this, I could potentially lose everything. Because if you have that mindset and you think that's an option, don't have the option of like, oh, I can only make 10,000. I know this can 2x. This is going to go to the moon. This is going to become a millionaire. You have to think about all the options when you're putting in this order, because potentially you could be holding it on for a long time. Remember that these are, and again, look at the restrictions in your country and everything involved. This is part of the process, but you're not going to be buying Bitcoin one day and then selling the next day. That's most likely not going to happen. You're going to be buying, holding on for an extended amount of time, and then selling it whenever you want to. If you're a long-term investor, you plan to do this long-term, you invest now and then forget about it. I mean, you're going to forget about it in the long term, but you want to keep checking on it periodically, which I'm going to get to in my next point. But the idea is that you're not going to be buying a Bitcoin and then check every hour for the rest of your life what it's going to be at, right? Maybe if you're trying to buy more, maybe if you're just trying to get a quick gain. But remember, there's good tax implications, etc. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but the idea is there's little things that you have to keep in mind that happen with this transaction. And again, don't let anyone dictate how much you're going to invest. Don't think, okay, I'm just going to buy one Bitcoin at this specific time, right when I want to. Once you figure out the exchange, you want to buy it. Don't buy it that second. I mean, if you really want to, you can, but try to figure out when's the best time to buy. It could be based off the chart. It could be based off the day. It could be based off like a bull run or whatever. Lots of factors that could be happening. It could be based off a tweet from an influencer like Elon Musk. It could be based off an article. Whatever that is, it's really up to you to do your own research and figure out when's the best time to do that purchase. So once you actually have that and you made the investment, you want to build your portfolio over time and review it on a monthly basis. So the idea here is that, you don't want to, it's okay to be checking the chart every day. I don't know if that's healthy, but the idea is that every month you should set aside some time and be like, okay, if you are building a portfolio with several different cryptocurrencies, like, does this make the most sense at this time for your financial situation? Like, if you have invested $1,000 and you have like 100 coins, 100 tokens, Bitcoin, Doge, Ethereum, whatever, does it make sense for you to have 100 coins and like what, $10, $20 in each of them? It's really up to you. Everyone can do what they want, but the idea is that, first of all, if you're keeping track of the charts of all those 100 coins, is that feasible in terms of time management, etc.? Are you going to be able to time all of the ones? Does it make sense? And then your allocation in terms of money for them. In order for you to grow your portfolio, you have to have a majority of them to do well. And what are the chances that 50 of them are doing good over the other 50? Obviously, some of them could like 10x and it makes up your portfolio. That's really up to you. Like, how are you going to diversify your portfolio and it makes sense for you? I mean, if your portfolio is literally just Bitcoin, that's up to you. If that's all you invest in, I think that's perfectly fine. There's tons of people out there that do that. It just depends on how you want to do it. And then things in the cryptocurrency space move fast. That's why I say on a monthly basis, just take stock of what you own and if this makes the most sense moving forward and what your overall plan is for that current time and then for the next month, whether you plan to buy more, whether you plan to sell, whatever it is, just figure it out to have a time allocated to review it at least on a monthly basis. If you're doing it on a weekly basis, that's good, but at least you should be definitely considering if your portfolio makes sense, both financially and just for everything you're doing in the future. And so that's it. Well done. You did it. You're an investor. And again, that was a super simple guide. I had a lot of people who are just super new in the industry who just heard about cryptocurrency, just heard about Bitcoin, just heard, oh, cryptocurrency is a thing that I should be investing in or something. Maybe I invest in stock and real estate and you're jumping into cryptocurrency. You don't really know what to do. That's what it is. First of all, it's the decision. What do you need to do? Set a general plan. Okay, this is what I'm going to be investing in. This is where I'm investing in. This is where I'm going to store it. This is how I'm going to keep track of it. All those things that you need to do in order to become a crypto/Bitcoin investor. Obviously, there's multiple things in that process I'm going to probably do in next videos. Jump into each one of these topics specifically, but I kind of just want to do a brief overview to give you guys a general strategy. And once you've made the commitment, this is what I'm going to do. Do your own research for each one of these topics and figure out what's the best plan for you and your situation. Don't copy what everyone else is doing just because they've been successful, just because they have, a ton of followers or that they've, made a ton of money or anything like that. But what's the best for your situation? And remember, this all takes time, just like with everything else. And if you think about it, come up with a plan and you follow through on that plan, then you are bound to be successful as long as you're making the right smart moves for yourself. So thanks everyone for watching. Catch you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what videos you want me to do, and I'll try to jump into more about. I'll do more crypto education videos, more altcoin videos, just everything in the cryptocurrency space because I'm super passionate about this, and I have to remind myself to follow these steps and review my portfolio and really think about my investments because I think that's the true way to become successful in the cryptocurrency industry. Thanks again for watching. Catch you guys next time.